The recently unveiled iPad Pro demonstrates a massive boost in terms of performance, as it embraces the power and the luxury of being the first Apple device rocking the M4 chip. In other news, the M2 iPad Air, which has often been considered as Apple's best mid-tier tablet, is now available in 2 separate sizes. So, what's the difference between these 2 tabs? But more importantly, would the M4 variant be worth the extra money? Which one of these should you get? Why don't we find out in our video today? The M4 iPad Pro is by far the thinnest product Apple has ever come up with, measuring 5.1 mm for the 13-inch model and 5.3 mm for the 11-inch version. Alongside, the new iPad Pro is also much lighter and weighs under 1 pound for the 11-inch variant and 1.28 pounds for the 13-inch variant. This is kinda ironic, considering the Air versions of Mac and iPads are usually advertised to be lighter and have an Air-like feel. Ah well. For colors, this time around the Space Gray is being replaced by the Space Black in the M4 iPad Pro with an additional silver choice. This, while the M2 iPad Air ups the ante and gives you up to 4 color choices: Space Gray, Starlight, Blue, and Purple. The big difference in terms of performance for these 2 tablets is undoubtedly the chip itself, since the M4 chip is able to deliver power that scales up to a 50% faster CPU, 4 times faster GPU, and a boost in memory bandwidth from 100 GB per second to 120 GB per second in comparison to the M2. Now, along with the new GPU, Apple included a new media engine that offers a hardware-accelerated 8Kh, 264, HEVC, ProRes, and ProRes RAW support, easily categorizing them under the same performance metric as a Mac to handle 8K videos. Additionally, the M4 chip is able to perform 38 trillion, that's right, we said trillion operations per second, with the M4 neural engine, alongside hardware-accelerated ray tracing, and a lot more. However, a thing to keep in mind is how iPad Pro models, with 128, 256, and 512 gigabytes of storage, come with 8 GB RAM, while only the 1 and 2 TB models come with 16 GB of RAM. Weird? Yes. Surprising? No. The M4 iPad Pro rear camera system comes with a 12-megapixel wide lens, LiDAR scanner, and a Retina flash with support for True Tone. What's interesting right here is the M4 iPad Pro has completely ditched the 10-megapixel ultra-wide lens of the M2 iPad Pro, rendering the M4 iPad Pro and M2 iPad Air in the same category in terms of camera capabilities. On the front, you'll get a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens that comes with support for center stage that will focus on the long edge instead of the short edge. The new M4 iPad Pro models distinguish themselves as an upper echelon tablet in comparison with the iPad Air with a new Ultra Retina XDR display. This would be the first to use tandem OLED in comparison to the Liquid Retina display that uses LED in the M2 iPad Air devices. According to Apple, the benefits of the new OLED display include brighter specular highlights, deeper true blacks, better details in shadows, and all that. Both the smaller and the larger iPad Pro come with the new OLED display, while the 1 or 2 terabyte variant comes with nano-texture display glass. You'll also be getting brighter SDR content up to 1000 nits with the M4 iPad Pro models, and about 600 nits for the M2 iPad Pro SDR content. This is 2 times brighter than the 500 nits for SDR with the iPad Air. Apart from that, both of these tablets include P3 wide color, fully laminated displays, anti-reflective coating, Apple Pencil hover, and True Tone. The new iPad Pro and Air models, as expected, work seamlessly with the same time of Apple accessories. However, there are new accessories to play with, such as a new Magic Keyboard or the Apple Pencil Pro, or you could just go for the mid-tier Apple Pencil that comes with USB-C. The other main I/O upgrades for the iPad Pro come in the form of Face ID and Thunderbolt connectivity, which led to a lot of people releasing a sigh of relief. Beyond the drop of mmWave for 5G connectivity, the M4 iPad Pro and M2 iPad Air devices also have a single eSIM slot, without a physical nano SIM slot. Both the latest iPad Pro and iPad Air models come with the same battery life that came with previous generation iPads, and they can easily run for approximately 10 hours for web browsing or video use on Wi-Fi, and 9 hours of web use with cellular. We expected the battery life to be a bit more consistent, but then again, battery life was never Apple's strongest suit to begin with. The M4 iPad Pro got a storage update that starts from 256 gigabytes and can go up to 2 terabyte models, and count $100 more for the Nano Glass. The iPad Air also gets a storage bump, as it starts with 64 gigabytes and can go up to 1 terabyte. Here's a price list for you to check out. When making a decision on which one to buy, to us it makes the most sense to buy the new model only if you're a professional or an aspiring professional who has workflows that'll benefit from the M4 chip, or you're just looking to spend some money on the latest and greatest from Apple. The M4 upgrades include the new OLED display with nano texture options, with higher brightness, higher top storage, Thunderbolt, a more powerful chip, and a slimmer design. However, you can get a lot of the core features with the M2 iPad Air as well, and the processor isn't a limiting factor for a surprising amount of users. So if you want to save up on some money, that'd be the right pick. Do let us know which one of these would you be going with, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.